Turkey.
We spent 3 weeks this summer traveling around Turkey, starting in Istanbul all the way to the famous Cappadocia. It is one of the best countries we have ever been to. It's so affordable. It's so easy to travel around. The people are some of the best people we've ever met. They're so kind and hospitable. It was just a joy.
In this video, we'll share our exact 3-week itinerary, how we did it, how we got there, and everything in between, our top tips and little tricks, and the entire cost breakdown. And it completely blew us away when we calculated it earlier.
Yeah, it was crazy. Crazy! Our first stop in Turkey was the famous Istanbul. We had heard so much about this place before we went, and we were so excited to get there. The street food scene.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Like, cheap, such good quality.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It was the safest street food we've come across, I think.
Yeah, and then when we came straight from Sri Lanka and it was just opened up to all this amazing food, we got stuck right into it.
We went hard. We've got a whole video on literally just the street food. It was that good. The markets were amazing. I was blown away. I wish I wasn't a backpacker in that instance because I wanted to take a whole load of bags, shoes, belts, you name it. I wanted to buy it. Okay, we found the shops and I just can't go over it. Like, I cannot go over the prices. It's blowing my mind. Like, if you're backpacking, don't come here. That's all I'm going to say. It's hard. I want the Christian Dior sliders. I want the Gucci bag. Where am I going to put it? It was a disaster. But apart from that, the culture, the mosques, the people, everything about that city is just incredible. Highly recommend. I think we spent about 3 days in Istanbul, which I think was the perfect amount of time. Like, you wouldn't need loads more, but you could have maybe spent 4 or 5 days exploring the different sides, the European and the Asian side a bit more.
I think from the comments that we got on a lot of our videos in Istanbul, they were saying you barely touched it at the same time. So
massive.
It's massive. So to see literally the highlights of Istanbul, you will get it done in those 3 days. Yeah. Maybe, if you walk around fast. The next place we went to was Izmir, and we got there by bus. And the buses completely blew us away. They were amazing. So we got on the bus, and all of a sudden we're getting table service, tray service.
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. We had about 4 cups of tea. We had soft drinks, biscuits, cakes, you name it. We travelled on Flixbus and it was the best decision we've ever made. And it's the best Flixbus service you will get in the world. I'm going to put it out there.
We arrived in Izmir, we had 1 full day there and we just explored. Fiona then posed a question to me, should we get hire cars in Turkey? And this is where everything changed. I said yes, of course. And we then end up going and exploring the local area around Izmir whilst driving some distance as well. So we went to Çeşme, which was this beautiful town, and we went to the beaches there, which were a highlight. They were so beautiful.
Arguably some of the most beautiful beaches we've ever seen, and they were completely empty. It was early in the season.
Yes.
It was a bit cold. It wasn't really cold enough to really go swimming, but
it was still beautiful.
Amazing. Like the most perfect water you will ever see.
Still to this day, I can just feel that moment we were on top of the cliff and it was just like, whoa. And we then drove the car to Pamukkale. You have to do Pamukkale early in the morning. It's not the same as what it was back in the day where it had all the pools. It is now only a few terraces of pools, but at the same time, when you're stood at the top and you're looking over the top of the limestone cliff, you just look at it and it is still incredible.
It's amazing.
And
it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it gets a lot of stick nowadays, and everyone's saying it's not up to the standard or not as good as they expected it to be. But for us, I was blown away. I was not expecting it. You've got to think that's a natural phenomenon. But it's natural. It's not made by anybody. It's just there.
And it's incredible just looking at it. So when you're in Pamukkale, you need to get there at 6:30. When we first arrived, there was about 3 cars.
3 cars, yeah, plus us.
Plus us. So we got there, we walk around the terraces, and we are the only ones for at least 15 minutes, which made the pictures chef's kiss.
And it was so nice. Like, it was so much better than being surrounded by people trying to get photos.
Yeah.
So just get there at 6:30. You do have to go to the top entrance. You can't enter from the bottom entrance until 8 a.m., which is when all the tour buses will arrive.
And then you can explore the ancient ruins that surround the area. So within the site of the limestone cliffs, you've got Hierapolis, and you've got all these ancient ruins, and it is really nice to walk around. But at this point in the day, though, we had already been up for quite a few hours, so we head back, had a little rest, and then we head out to the surrounding area, and you've got the red hot springs, and you've got the smelly cave.
The smelly cave.
Yeah,
and that is why having a hire car is so essential. Because we went to these 2 other amazing places. There was barely anybody there, just locals. It was so nice. So we fluffed up a little bit with the hire car. We didn't know we actually were going to love it as much as we did. So we had booked to take our hire car back to Izmir and drop it off, and then get the overnight bus from Izmir to Antalya. In the mix of that, we thought, you know what? Once we get to Antalya, let's just hire another car. So we hired another car for 13 days this time. Unfortunately, it wasn't as nice as the first one.
No.
And the overnight bus was okay. It wasn't great. It's not giving Asia overnight buses. It's just a bus overnight. So don't be thinking you're going to be able to lie down, because you're not. We got to Antalya, picked up our car, and we headed straight down the coastal road to Kaş, which was one of our favourite places in the whole of Turkey. It was
honestly
breathtaking.
And we stayed in a really beautiful Airbnb, which gave us a little view over the coast. And honestly, that coast where you can see the peninsula, the blue water, it is amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. I think we spent 2 full days in Kaş just exploring the beaches. We went on like a walk to a beach that you can't even get to by road.
Yeah.
You can only get there by boat or by walking. We also did the hike up the Sleeping Giant, which overlooks the whole of Kaş Bay, which was, I'd say, a highlight. It was a highlight of our whole time in Turkey. It was stunning.
And then that leads us on to the next bit, because we then leave Kaş and we do that hike, and then the same day we then go to the gorge. And when you're driving up through the mountains to get to the gorge, it is incredible. And when we say that Turkey was just amazing, everywhere you looked along that coastline or driven past was another just breathtaking, amazing thing to look at. So when we then get to the gorge, we go and have an explore, and you're just amongst these massive cliffs.
Our next overnight stay was on the coast near Kumlubük. So we went through Marmaris, through Turunç, to this tiny villagey town. It wasn't even a town. You can't call it a town. There was no shops. No. Just, I think there was one hotel, and all the rest were just locals in houses. We stayed in a tiny home, which was unbelievable. We were in a tiny little box overlooking the sea.
And that whole area just felt like a private inlet. It was insane.
It was amazing. There was nobody. We literally went on the beach the next morning.
Yeah.
Not a single other person on the beach. It was incredible. The water was amazing. It was just giving a really nice, homely, local feel. We explored the entire coastline around that area, and it was 10 out of 10. The most untouched, gorgeous beaches. It looked like something out of the Caribbean or the Maldives.
Yeah, I was just about to say, when we drove up to the edge of the cliff and there was that one particular beach, I was just like, this looks like something out of the Caribbean. It was that good.
Stunning, and there was barely anybody there. It was just locals coming down for their Sunday afternoon barbecues. It was such a vibe, and that is why having a hire car is just so essential, because we couldn't have visited any of these places, any of these beaches or remote destinations without the hire car.
After finishing that area around Marmaris, and before I move on, just quickly, there was a point in a bit that we were filming that I never put in, and I'm going to say it now because I still fully believe it, that coastal road around Marmaris to Kumlubük, and that whole area of Antalya, that coastal road is probably the best coastal road. It's better than the ocean road in Australia. Because I said it in the video, but I never put it in the actual video. And I'm just going to say it now, because I still fully believe it. It's absolutely incredible. Anyway, we fill the gaps now. So we obviously went all the way to Kumlubük. We now start filling the gaps all the way back to Antalya. And our first stop is going to be Fethiye and Oludeniz. And it was amazing. Again.
So good.
We take a boat tour in Oludeniz. It was very cost effective. Probably one of the best value for money boat rides we had.
£22 each.
It was £22 each?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
Full day with lunch included. One of the best days.
And you get to go around and see the beaches that you can't get to.
Butterfly Beach.
It's amazing.
Coldwater Bay.
Amazing.
Aquarium Bay.
Amazing.
You can't get to any of those unless you're on a boat. So it was so worth it for us.
We then leave Oludeniz after 2 days there. But before going to Olympos, we go to a beach that you get to from the side of the road. And to this day, that is your favourite beach.
It's my favourite beach of the whole 6 months we've done so far.
It was just amazing. The jumping off the cliffs, the blue water was so crystal clear.
It was so cool. It was so
amazing.
Cool.
But we then head to Olympos through the coastal roads. Do you remember the coastal roads? I just think about it then. And we go up and up.
No, it wasn't coastal.
What was it?
It was mountain roads.
It was mountain roads, but we start on the coast.
Yeah, but then you go up the mountain.
Honestly, it was just this winding road going up through the mountains, and it was just amazing. Sorry, it just got to my head then.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that's the feelings that you get from Turkey when you start exploring. Anyway, we then get to Olympos and we explore the surrounding area around there. You've got the ruins that we didn't go in because we were selective about what ruins we saw, because when you see one ruin, you do see quite a lot of them.
And may I note, you can see quite a lot of the ruins from on the beach.
You can, yeah.
You don't get to see the main ruins, but you can observe and appreciate the ruins that are built into the cliffs that overlook the sea. So we had a really nice time there. The beach at Olympos was a 10 out of 10. Some of the best water I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was so beautiful, wasn't it?
So clear, so beautiful. And it's such a big beach, so it doesn't even feel busy.
And then we go to the Eternal Flame, which again is 1 out of 10 eternal flames in the world, and that one blew us away. I think it blew me away more.
It blew you away.
It was amazing to see fire coming out of rocks. And again, it doesn't get any better than that, seeing fire come out of rocks.
It was so cool.
And then that is when we start our 7-hour journey to Cappadocia.
It was a long drive. There was several ways you can do Cappadocia. You can drive 7 hours, like we did.
Yeah.
You can fly from Antalya to the nearest airport, and then it's about a 45-minute drive, I think, from there. We just had the car. We wanted to do the road trip. It meant that we got to go through cities that we never would have seen. So we stayed in a little town just outside the main area of Cappadocia called Nar in Snora Cave Hotel, and it was perfect.
It gave us everything that we needed to have that typical Cappadocia experience, just more on the budget side.
Yeah.
So I think we paid just under £80 for the 3 nights.
For 3 nights we spent there, yeah.
Looking back at that now, when we have been travelling Europe, to have £80 for those 3 nights is actually insane.
Really good value.
Really good value.
And we would definitely say, please spend more than 1 night in Cappadocia.
Yeah, it blew my mind when you said that people only stay there 1 night.
People usually stay 24 hours, 1 night. There's so much to see. You've got all of the valleys. You've got the Love Valley, the Red Valley, the Rose Valley, the Sword Valley. You've got so many valleys, and you can hike through all of them. You've got adventure things you can do, like quad biking, horse riding.
Yeah.
There is so much to do, and the biggest thing is giving yourself enough time to see the hot air balloons, because they do not fly every day. And
we learnt that very quickly.
We were ready to see them the first morning. There was no hot air balloons, and we were very confused. We do know that it has to be perfect conditions, but I just thought it would be perfect conditions more. It was only on the last morning that they flew, and it was the most magical morning of my life.
It was so nice, wasn't it?
It was
incredible.
Incredible. If you only spend 1 night there, you only have the chance of seeing them once, and I'll be honest, that is quite a low chance. So spend more nights there. The people there are lovely as well. They're so happy to see you.
Cappadocia to this day is a top 3 in the last 6 months, I think.
Yeah, it's up there. Highlight.
The absolute highlight. So beautiful. And then this is where the end of the Turkey trip kind of went a little bit wrong. We booked a all-inclusive hotel, and it was the cheapest one we could find. And we did this in Sri Lanka. When we were in Sri Lanka, we were like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have a little bit of luxury in a all-inclusive resort? And it went horribly wrong. We turned up, and straight from the off, it was, you've got to pay this, and then you've got to pay this, and then you've got to pay this. And we were like, we've already paid to stay at the hotel. And it kind of all just goes wrong from here. And we eat the food, and we only eat it once because it was that bad. And that's where we had that first thought of Turkey was so incredible during those 3 weeks, that when we came to those last final 2 days, we were like, why do people...
disappointed.
Yeah.
But not in Turkey. We were disappointed that so many people come on holiday to Turkey and just do that, because we had seen the most amazing country, like one of the best countries we've ever been to in our eyes. And it's such a shame that people come and just stay in those hotels that are they're not good enough. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. We paid less to stay in a beautiful, fully self-catering apartment with a washing machine and gorgeous like views of the whole entire bays.
Yeah.
And it was just we were so upset with ourselves for booking that.
And upset with the fact that we're thinking that people do the same as that and not knowing any different, not knowing that Turkey is genuinely incredible, because all they do is go to those hotels.
So don't do that. Do what we did. Do our 3-week itinerary instead.
So that rounds up our 3-week itinerary, and it was just amazing. We've said all of the amazingnesses, the incrediblenesses, because
The
it is
breathtakingnesses.
the breathtakingnesses. Because I don't think we expected it, and lots of people came in at us on the comments saying, "Oh, why didn't you expect it?" and all that. But well, it doesn't get the best limelight from people in the UK.
No.
It's always like...
I think because they're going for the holidays and not leaving the hotel.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting the natural beauty that Turkey had to offer, and it was insane. Hands down, some of the best we've ever seen.
Our top tips for Turkey then. When you first arrive into Istanbul or any of the other cities, you are going to be met with loads of transport options. But we still highly recommend that hire car, because that hire car truly changed the way that we saw Turkey. And again, it was just incredible.
And it was really cheap. Food in Turkey, eat as local as possible. It's gonna be the best food you've ever tried. I'm not joking. It will be amazing. If it's full of locals, amazing. It's gonna be top notch.
It is.
It is.
It was honestly the bread, the meat, everything to do with it was just deliciousness.
And just try everything. The food in Turkey is renowned for being some of the safest in the world, especially the street food. And we didn't have any problems with any street food, any food we ate, until the resort right at the end. So, eat to your heart's content. It's cheap, it's yummy, it's deliciousness.
So when it comes to money, we withdrew £100 worth of Turkish lira right at the start of Istanbul, and we didn't have to withdraw any other money. That's not to say that cash isn't best. That's just to say that for us as travellers, using and paying on card is a lot easier. So we saved the cash for when we really needed it, when we're buying from local bakeries, or some of the, I think all the hotels actually work card, but when you're doing the nitty gritty little bits where they don't have card machines, that's when the cash comes in handy. But we only had to do £100 worth of Turkish lira for that whole 3 weeks. The rest of it, we did use card.
SIM cards. Right, when you enter the airport in Istanbul, SIM cards are going to be expensive. We ended up getting one in Istanbul city centre, which was actually an eSIM. In hindsight, now we know, and we've travelled Turkey, a physical SIM card would have been a lot handier because when you want to connect to public Wi-Fi in Starbucks, in the malls, or anywhere, you need a Turkish phone number. Because we got an eSIM, we didn't have one of those, and the bartenders and baristas and things like that were very kind and let us use one of their phone numbers to join the Wi-Fi. But just get a solid physical SIM.
Yeah.
eSIMs are good, but are they? Are they as good? Because then you can't join the Wi-Fi. I don't know. So along the lines of food again, you will be offered so much tea.
Okay.
And it is the most delicious tea we've probably ever had. It is gorgeous. And never say no.
Never say no.
Never say no to tea. It's a kind social gesture, usually, from friendly locals. And they usually don't even want any money for it. They just want to give it to you and get you to sit down and interact with them. And it is honestly some of the nicest experiences we've had. It was so nice, especially on those chillier days, to have a lovely little cup of tea. Don't drink the tap water. Buy bottled water. That's another tip. Just don't do it. It's not worth it.
Our final tip of this video is, if you can travel in shoulder season in Turkey, you will have so much space to yourself. Although some of the most popular places, the touristy ones, are busy, and rightfully so, they are not going to be as busy as they are in the summer months. Obviously, we are very fortunate in the fact that we can travel not in the summer months. So we did this in May, and I tell you what, that May shoulder season was absolutely incredible. We had a few comments being like, you're traveling at the wrong time. I fully believe that we travelled at the 100% best time of the year to travel Turkey if you have the time available and you're not too worried about it being absolutely roasting. We were there on the coastline and it was probably 27.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely stunning.
Just be prepared. The ocean,
No! The sea.
Just be prepared. The sea will be freezing.
It was cold.
It's cold.
It was cold.
It's cold.
But still really enjoyable.
But it's gorgeous. It doesn't stop it from being any less beautiful.
Let's break it down with the budget. Our overall spend for Turkey absolutely blew us away. So Fee, break it down with the numbers.
So our total spend in Turkey for 3 whole weeks, including the car hire, all accommodation, all food, all extras, including laundry, SIM cards, you name it. Absolutely everything. Day trips out, fuel, was £1,824 for both of us.
That's amazing.
It's cheaper than a 1 week all-inclusive. Which is insane, because we didn't skimp out on food. We ate whatever we wanted to eat.
We ate well.
We ate really well. The accommodation we stayed in, yes, it was budget friendly, but it wasn't the cheapest options in every place. We always go for places with good reviews and usually in a good location. That means we can get around easily and it's accessible. Fuel, we had to buy fuel. It was expensive, but it was worth it, every single penny. And the car was just worth every single penny. So we're going to break it down into categories so you get a rough idea of how much each thing costs.
So for 16 days of car hire, it was £528 for those 16 days. And that included all of the insurance.
Accommodation, as I just said, obviously we didn't stay in super budget, but we did not stay in luxury. So this is like a mid-range to low budget guide. We spent £541 for 21 nights, which is around £25 a night, which I think is incredible considering we stayed in full self-servicing apartments, we stayed in tiny homes, we stayed in actually some nice hotels as well. So it was a really nice mix. The accommodation options there are amazing. Just stay in guest houses and things like that rather than the resorts.
Unless you're bougie now. For the breakdown of food, it was £234.99 for that 21 days, which is absolutely incredible considering I used to budget £250 for one person for 1 month in the UK. That fed 2 people and we didn't not eat out. We ate out. We ate out
every day for at least lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Insane. It's so cost effective and affordable.
And the food is just stunning. Absolutely incredible.
So yummy. So other transport, which includes fuel, coaches, metros, taxis, things like that came to £281, which actually isn't bad at all. We had a car for 16 days of that, so we did spend quite a lot on fuel, but it was so worth it.
We absolutely loved our time in Turkey. The 3 weeks that we spent here was some of the best 3 weeks we had in our whole 6 months of this trip. And you can do it too. You can take away a few bits, or you can have every single bit and you will absolutely love it. We highly recommend every single spot that we did and more. There is so much to see and do, and you will love it.
We cannot wait to return to Turkey in the future. We're already planning another trip there, to come back to Istanbul, to explore the northern part.
You've got to get your handbag, remember?
I've got to get my Gucci handbag.
You have?
I have, and many other things. But we highly recommend, please take this as a sign to visit Turkey, the real Turkey. And I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. So if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe.
And we'll see you on the next one. Ciao!
You want to come here? You want to be in the video?
Look at his little face.
Hiya. Hi, Ronnie. Oh my goodness.
Cool. So in
Hold on, because I wasn't ready. Hold on.
Like that.
Itinerary.
Yeah. In this video, we're going to break down our whole
Three tier.
This video. Oh no.
Sorry.
It's okay. So when you're in Pamukkale.
Oh no! We're in Bristol at the minute. £15.
£15 each.
£15 each.
Amazing.
Oh no, that's a lie.
That was
I fully lied. Wait a minute. And on the